Hey guys, it's Adam here. Today we're going to be talking about the gold coin, aka gold on ETH, an Ethereum meme coin project for one of the most valuable and well-known resources in the world, gold. So in today's video, we're going to be covering the gold coin's place in the market, its tokenomics, how safe is it, and what potential this has. So if you're excited to jump in and want more of this sponsored content and to learn more about gold, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And as always, this is not financial advice. We always encourage everyone to do their own research. So what I wanted to start off with here is I like to understand the team behind this. This is actually the ShibaDoge team. For those that don't know the ShibaDoge team, they actually did some amazing numbers back in 2021 at an all-time high of 250 million in their main project, which was ShibaDoge, that had over 30,000 holders. So this is the same core team. In fact, I even heard from them on one of their recent Twitter spaces. Definitely give that a listen as well from their main Twitter account, Goldcoin ETH. I heard some of the core team there speaking, and they're very passionate about their project, and they're definitely excited at the success thus far, but are dedicated to pushing this further. So we will be giving this a critical take, but I just wanted to make sure that people understood the team behind it. It's very important to understand what the future of this could hold. Now, also, a little bit of insight for those that are diving a little bit deeper. This team had a marketing budget of about $200,000 for post-launch marketing. They've definitely been putting it to work with trending, with AMAs, with very strategic calls. If you listen into the AMA that they did, they actually mentioned that they're kind of fed up with, call groups that don't produce, that aren't actually diving in deep. Well, I can say pretty confidently Lion Calls and some other channels that I'm affiliated with specifically tie in research into what they do. So we love to take that approach, especially here at Lions Calls, and I hope those folks listening at home are doing the same. So now that we have the team out of the way and kind of understand who's behind this, which by the way, if you want to learn a little bit more, you can also scroll down, see the four main individuals here highlighted, Leo, Peter, Alex, and Max. And you can also see that, it is a small focused team, but they also have, advisors on board and partners as well. Really nice to see that also. But if you want to hear from them, definitely check out their Twitter. Now, with that out of the way, we kind of mentioned a little bit of the name, what this is all about, but it's important to understand the story. So what is gold all about? Now that we know that it's a meme coin, it's tied into one of the most well-known resources in the world, gold, that has adorned jewelry, wars have been fought over. It's been featured in media all over the world, as you can see by the little trailer here. I won't play it. Definitely check it out for yourself. I think it's pretty hilarious and pretty apt. But this is obviously something that is known worldwide. Now, with that being the case too, I love that they're also drawing parallels to Satoshi's vision within Bitcoin. So same total supply, same type of vision when it comes to, creating a standard that is digital, that is completely separate from the standard banking institutions and other means of, backing. So yes, it is a meme coin, but it has very strong fundamentals from what I'm seeing thus far. Now, what also helps me say that, and probably what you would want to look at as well, is a verified LP burn and also a verified contract renouncement as well. So you can click on those links. You'll be brought to, of course, the on-chain proof that the contract was renounced and that the LP was burned. Definitely give that a look for yourself as well. And what I like to do, and this is kind of taking it into a little bit around the safety of the project itself, I like to look both at the chart, look at the gains from launch, from stealth, up to where we're sitting right now, and then bring that to a contract checker to really dive in deep. So with that in mind, what I went ahead and did was I actually plugged it in right here. Let me pull it up into Dex Screener, one of my favorites here. And in Dex Screener, I could see from the very start here of a stealth on the 20th, all the way up to where we're currently sitting, kind of settling out on the market. In my opinion, a pretty solid spot to buy, as you can see. So you're not seeing crazy swings up or down. It's kind of in a nice little, flat area, I guess you could say, bouncing it within that range. Even here, we're seeing some amazing gains. In fact, from what I'm reading from the TTF bot, which I also love on Telegram as well, definitely give that a look. We're currently sitting, let me actually see here, all-time high was 7.23 million, which was about a 1,975x from stealth. The launch MC market cap was 3.7K. Can you believe that? Absolutely incredible, which is basically a 530x from where we're currently at. So absolutely amazing. So basically you're getting into a project that has a lot of support in it. We've also seen a lot of holders as well be gained in the subsequent days, and this is still a very fresh project. Now, this is something also, and this is why I hope you guys appreciate listening into these AMAs and deep dives, or not AMAs, but video reviews, I should say, is when it comes to metas. Metas are very important within meme coins, right? We've seen the rise of Pepe derivatives. We've seen, name coins go crazy. Well, what I'm starting to see, and this is as of the 26th, and it's been the last few days, is elemental coins, I'm going to call them. So things derived from the periodic table. As you can imagine, gold is a very important one. And funny enough, I saw a lot of these element tokens start to spring up. Well, no mistake, because this team, in my opinion, and I think it is verifiable as well, was one of the first, if not the first, token to define the meta in the last few days. So very, very excited to see that on ETH. That is performing so well. It's still sitting at an absolutely fantastic place. Token holder count is only growing, and this is still very early. So I don't mean to sound too excited, but I love when high quality teams are putting their effort behind a new token and are doing some amazing things with it. Also, it helps that Lion Calls called them so early. Love to see all of those that are following the channel making so many gains on these solid plays. Really love that as well. So when we're talking about what potential does this have? Well, like we mentioned, with an all-time high at 7.23 million and a current total market cap at 1.9, there's a lot of upward potential. Liquidity is fantastic, 180K. Again, remember that LP is burned forever, so there's no ability to be able to retrieve that from a team standpoint, which is great. So it's permanently there. And we also see a healthy buyer to seller ratio for the most part here, 155 as per recording to 109 sellers. Buy volume also is quite good. Total volume on the day, on the 24, is 423K. Very good for a few days in, especially for a meme. So there's still some solid backing. Last couple of things I like to look through is what is the potential when it comes to the rest of the development. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I encourage everyone at home to do as well, go to the website and go through the roadmap. Now, personally, I like to see a roadmap that is not taking me into 2025 or taking me into quarter 15 or something crazy. I want something that's achievable and able to be done within the span of a few months max, personally, especially on a meme coin. What has the team done thus far? Well, of course, they stealthed and had a fantastic stealth. They had a DEX tool listing, of course, LP being burned, contract being renounced, CMC listing. Mass marketing push, of course, they're doing it right now. As we mentioned, 200K in marketing. They've already spent some. They still have more to spend that they're going to be strategically, deploying. And when it comes to CoinGecko listing, as of what I'm seeing on the websites and as of recording, it has not been listed just yet, but that could very likely change. And the next milestone when it comes to holders is 2,000. So if we go back to Dex Screener here and we scroll down just a hair, we're able to see here, where did they move it to? So if we look here on the side of, a Dex Screener or your token, chart of preference, you're going to be able to see that the token holder count is at 1573. So not too far off from their next milestone goal of 2,000. While we're here as well, some important things to look at is, from what I can see by the Go Plus security flash audit here effectively, or scan, I should say, the transfers can be pausable. So that is something to keep in mind. There is a blacklist and whitelist, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the contract is necessarily going to employ those, but that is something to keep in mind. Now, the other checks that I really like to see green on, and that this project has, is of course the promised buy sell tax of being 0 are promised and verifiable, which is great. great. No ability to modify that tax, so they can't then jump it up to 20% or 30% if they see a huge upswing in volume. There's also no ability to honeypot, thank goodness, because the contract is renounced, and no hidden mint functions, and some other ones is here, some other things here that also jump out, which is great. So no ability to do those things, green across the board there. These are the only ones that kind of flash a few warnings. Again, not that big of a deal as long as you kind of keep an eye on things. And to that point, I do also like to look on chain. And again, I'm no wizard when it comes to on-chain analysis, but when you look at the actual holder overview here, you can see 90% was, of course, put into the LP, which was burned, keep in mind, when it comes to the token side. But then strategically, it looks like they did airdrop some of these tokens. You can see 2.5%, 2.5%, all the way through 4 different wallets here to these specific wallets here. Now, again, I would encourage people to jump into the TG, ask those questions, are these influencers? Are these KOLs? What is this? But what I can see here is by clicking on them and just even a cursory look, they, came in from the deployer, but nothing has gone out as of yet. So great to see there. And when we go to the next, or I guess the first biggest holder, they do hold, a good amount of tokens, but it's not an asinine amount of tokens, right? They're not holding 4% of total supply, 5% of total supply. They're at 1.31. And you can see here, if you click on the wallet ending in B3, they're mainly accumulating with only one sell here recently in the last 10 hours, and they're not dumping their hold back. So I do like to see that. I like to see responsible buyers and sellers as far as not excessive accumulation and also reasonable profit taking. Love to see that. And outside of that, I mean, the distribution looks absolutely fantastic as they're growing here. So guys, again, a review on the overview of what the team is going to be doing. Of course, that is their next big milestone I would keep an eye on. They also have a few little Easter eggs, I'll kind of say here. The society, I know what, this could be anything. I'm personally not privy to the society, but I'm sure some listeners may be. So it seems like a pretty interesting surprise there. Phase 2, of course, is going to be, I'm going to call this the big boy listings, right? Binance, Coinbase, Robinhood, Crypto.com, X.com listings. These are some pretty big things. 25,000 holders. And then, of course, the return of the beloved Mansa Musa. I think he'd be very proud of the success of gold, since that was really his big, his big focus when he was when he was reigning over his kingdoms. Now, they're also mentioning an AI element to that. That could be very interesting if you could actually talk to the reincarnated version of Mansa Musa and maybe ask them some questions about gold. Would love to see what that looks like. Phase 3, of course, is extremely, extremely ambitious right here at 1 million holders. Let's see if they're able to do that. But I do think bringing it down to earth here at 2,000 is very, very doable. So I would definitely have my eye on this if you are looking to invest. So with that being said, guys, I hope this was a good, I'm going to say like a high level overview on the gold coin. Definitely take a look at this one. Also make sure you're using the correct address. I always like to say the security on that as well. The correct address here is ending in 69B01, but of course verify the entire contract address. You can also, of course, see it on the website itself right here at the very top. Again, ending in 69B01. Definitely take a look at this project, and of course follow Lion Calls for everything so you don't miss any of these early plays right when they're out of the gate. So as always, friends, make your own decisions. This is not financial advice, but I hope you enjoyed this exciting look like we mentioned. And for all the lions out there, if you like this review video, post down below what you liked the most about it. Give the video a like. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next adventure. Thank you.